Hi guys, it's Hilary, taking off my sweatshirt now that I'm here. It is Wednesday and I am here in my studio in LA, and I thought we would hit the Wunda Chair today and get some of the, hi Carrie, get some of the frog lying down, which is awesome for two things. One, tight hips, really getting some stability through here, as well as that hypermobile client that just can just take those side kicks and circles into places you've never ever thought was possible, at least for me. So it's a really good tool to kind of get a whole lot of connection for the client. It's one of my favorites. And if you think about it, it's really not what's moving, the legs on the pedal. It's really about what's not moving. And so that's kind of what we want to cue for it. And it's also kind of finding that stability, using the arms, getting those hips and pelvis where we want to keep them weighted, while getting this either control of the hypermobile or getting some more mobility for that client that needs more mobility. So I'm on the grots, and so I'm just doing one high spring. You can kind of play with it, but we want enough talk and speaking from the spring that it's a struggle to keep the hips from kind of rocking or lifting or moving in any way. So you don't want it to be super easy, and if they, and I know you hear this, it's like, oh, it's so heavy, or my hamstrings are cramping, or this, and play with it, but really get the client to understand it's not about pulling the pedal with the hamstrings or the boot or whatever they're kind of focused on, but it's really about everything else. And the minute everything else kind of gets there, the pedal all of a sudden doesn't seem so heavy. So let's take a look at it, and you kind of play with the position for your client, because if they're hypermobile, it's going to be a different position than someone who's super tight, right? So usually, when they press, we kind of give a test to see how it feels, see where they are, also knees, just kind of play with it. But you're going to lie down on your back, hopefully you can see me here, and the soles of your feet are together on the pedal, arms are long on the mat. So the minute you're here, you can kind of see if we're arching, what's going on. We want to kind of find ourselves on the mat, keeping everything, keeping the pelvis there, feeling that weighted evenness on both sides. And then the pedal, and each chair is different depending on the maker and the dimensions, but the pedal comes out and then goes down. So they're actually pulling that pedal towards them first and then taking it down, and you want them to be able to take it all the way to the floor. So the back of the head stays, the shoulders, the arms are engaged. Think of your shoulder bridge, all of the lovely mat work here. And you're gonna keep the soles of the feet together, and I'm gonna pull that pedal down towards me and then down to the floor. And as I do that, then I'm gonna open the knees where I can, and then I'm gonna control that pedal all the way back up. Felt my rib cage pop, so now I'm gonna focus on keeping that engagement so that whatever I need to do, and it's really kind of pressing into that. So I'm not hypermobile. So when I go down, I'm opening up my hips, but I'm keeping that pelvis exactly where I want it to be. Try not to unweight or make it lift up. But let's say you have that hyper, they can just, whoa, way out, right? So find where you want them to be to really work on that stability, because they're going to be able to just fly on out, right? So get them to bring those knees where you can see that that's going to be work for them, that they're going to have to get into the supportive muscles that they probably don't work so much, and then have them pull down all the way down without just kind of flinging it out. But those that aren't, we can just kind of open, feel that connection, arms pressing in and bringing it all the way back up. So if you kind of think of where you are as a teacher before COVID, when we could be close, my favorite spot to be on this is actually here, because I can see the whole body, right? I can see the hips, I can see the feet, I can see the arms, the head, the neck, everything. And it's just a wonderful position. But right now that's probably, well, A, some of us can't see people in the studio, but B, it's probably a little too close. But that's the frog lying down, which I love. So you can kind of think about maybe what you might see on the mat in terms of, or on the reformer, that stability. And I have a little dancer that just loosey-goosey here. And so when we were in the studio, this is one of her favorite things that she would do because it really made her feel strong and connected. So I had a teacher tell me once, it's a horrible cue, but I do use it sometimes because people get it. She would say, think of 2 nails just nailing that pelvis down, and that's really what it's about, is finding that stability and getting that movement. Maybe it's open for that unhypermobile person like myself. But anyway, that's it. It's a wonderful exercise, but I have it on the top, but each chair has different tensions to it and angle of the pedal. So there's no perfect setup. You got to kind of figure it out with your client. So that's it. Enjoy your day. And let's see who's here. Hi, Bridge Pilates. Hi, Melissa. It's good to see you too, Carrie. Okay, guys, enjoy your day. Stay safe out there and behave. Bye. Love you guys.